Okay, everybody. So what we want to do is we want to do this exercise. Oh, I need to share my screen first. Okay, this is the exercise we want to do, right? So this is a combination of what we have learned, roughly a combination of what we have learned. So, and now, let's see who wants to share, or should I call you? Do you want me to call you, or do you want to volunteer?
You should call.
Just call you, okay? But I have to make sure I call those students who are done. Okay, Caitlin. So you're asking the user's age. So it says age input, and why do you need to put in there?
Because I need to convert the answer. The answer needs to be a number. It needs to convert it into integer.
Yes, very good, very good. Otherwise, if you don't convert it, what is it?
It is a string.
Very good. I like the answer. Okay, go on. So new age is equal to age raised to the power of 2. And that is how you do the exponent. That's absolutely correct. And then you print out. You are doing string concatenation. You are, and then concatenate with the string age. Because age is an integer, we need to convert it to a string. And so concatenate that, and then concatenate years old now, and you will be, and you inserted a new line character there so that it goes to the next line. And then the new age, convert it to a string, and that's very good. Let's run it.
Yep. Module, I just put down 12.
Okay, very, very good, very good. Exactly like what I wanted you to output. Very good, Caitlin. Great work, thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Just now, let me remember who else raised. I think no. Okay, Omkar. I will Omkar. I will ask someone else. How about that? And thank you so much. So someone else who raised there. Okay, Marilyn, let's look at yours.
Sorry, okay. This is mine.
Okay, age, input enter your age. New age is equal to age raised to the power of 2. You are age.
Yeah.
Okay.
22.
Yeah, this is great. It works. But you did not use string concatenation.
Yeah, I saw that. So I would have to put that there.
You don't have to. You see, this works, right?
Yeah.
But to output it exactly as how it should be, you would want to use the string concatenation, and we are just practicing that here. That's why we are doing this.
Okay, I'll do that next time then.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Marilyn. And who else? Just now, I think parents, right? Parents, Shaw, you raise your hand. Okay, parents, let's look at yours.
Okay, I did the same exact thing. I didn't. I used the.
You didn't do the string concatenation.
No, I didn't do that at all.
Okay. Okay. So I want to have someone who has the string concatenation. Yeah.
Mine has it.
This is who? Macreen finally got in.
So
okay, this is Kyle's.
mine.
Kyle, I will let you talk since you have the voice.
Right. So I did do string concatenation, as you can see here. I put in the numbers, or not number. I guess they are numbers. They're literally numbers. So I'm putting the numbers, and I put str before them, so that then, while they're being input into this, they're being converted into a string, so you don't have any weird error. All these other parts are just comments about telling what I'm doing here, because I didn't think it was random enough. I decided that I wanted to find a random integer between your current age minus 1 squared and your current age plus 1 squared. And that's why both of these random numbers exist, and why I imported random, etc. So if we were to input 20, you'd get something around 400.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Okay, good. Let's look at the code. I will ignore the previous part, the random thing. Once again, I don't want to confuse anyone, so you don't have to look at how Kyle did the, what is that?
That right there was something I was listening to
Okay,
earlier.
you
Yeah,
don't
got
have
it.
to, you don't have to look at the random one, random two, just like what he did. Current age is equal to input enter your current age. And then what he did is new age is equal to current age more raised to the power of 2 that we already know. And he added 2 random numbers. That's basically, Macreen, I see your message. Thank you. I'm glad you are in. Okay, and then he did, what I like about this, Kyle, is that you did put the comment there. That's great. That's what we learned. I should have asked everybody to put comment there. Okay, so print UR, here is the string concatenation, everybody. If the first time when we saw Caitlin's, you didn't pay attention, look at this. This is how you concatenate the strings. I will give you a minute to look at this, and then we will go on, okay? Okay, everybody, do you see how this string concatenation is done? Yes? Okay, Kyle, thank you very much. I will let you go. Okay, so get a number from the user, get another number from the user with one string for each. Do some string concatenation. With one string for each. I don't know what I meant there. Display the quotient, display the real number quotient, display the remainder. Okay, so what I want you to do is, let me go there, here. Okay, so let's delete that. So get another number from the user, and then you will do some calculation, right? Calculate the quotient and the remainder, and display the quotient, display the real number quotient, and display the number. I need to end this one. Am I recording myself? Yes, I am. I should pause. 4 divided by 3. What is the result? What is the remainder?
1.
1. Okay. Anyone else? Ariel, what did you say?
I thought it was like 0.57.
You thought it was 4.57.
Not 4.
Okay,
The
anyone-
remainder is
0.57.
4.
Okay.
Divide
Anyone-
4 by 3, the remainder won't be 4.
Oh, more? Okay. So everybody, if you enter 4 and 7, that's the 2 numbers. Okay, you entered 4 and 7. The accurate precision result should be 4 divided by 7. That gives you 0.5 and 5, 7. We don't have to continue, right? Okay, so that will give you 1 something. So that's your accurate result. That's what this is. And now the integer division result will only look at the division result. It discards all the remainders, all the decimal places. So 4 divided by 7, you don't have enough. That's your quotient, 7. And yes, 4 divided by 7, there is not enough 7 in 4. And so 4 is the remainder, everybody. Okay, am I recording this? Yes, okay. So 4 is the remainder. And therefore, the remainder is 4. Okay, so how about this? 10 and 3. What's the quotient? What's the accurate quotient? It would be 3.333, etc. What's the integer quotient? That would be 3, because it discards all the decimal places. What's the remainder? That would be 1.
1.
Because, yes, 10 divided by 3, right? That's the remainder. Okay, this is the integer quotient. And if you continue, that would be the accurate division, right? You continue. So that's the difference. Those are the two different values: integer, division, accurate quotient, and remainder. And this will come to be very important in later applications. Okay, so you need to know this. Now I want you to do this. This is not only string concatenation. Here, this is string concatenation. You need to concatenate them. And also, this is the practice of all the different operators. Okay, everybody. Omkar, you said you are done. You are free. If you are done, everybody, let's do this. I give you 10 minutes and see how you do. Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, let's look at your code. You get that from the user. You get that from the user. And you do dividend divided by the divisor and cast it into a float, and then get the the integer quotient. You use that 2 forward slashes. That's the operator. Yes, and remainder, and that's good. Very, very good. Let's look at it. Run. Oh, you run, right? Okay.
4, 7.
Okay. Very good. Let's enter another number, another set of numbers.
Let's see here. Give me 2 numbers.
2 and 4.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Everybody, this is absolutely correct. Please have a look and see if you have any questions. I do have one question. So real quotient, dividend divided by divisor, do we need to cast it into a float? Marilyn, I see that you are shaking your head. Okay, Omkar, let's delete the float, the casting, the conversion. Yes. Okay, let's run it again. So why does this give you exactly the same result without the conversion? Why?
Because he already converted the 2 numbers, the dividend and the, I think he had it as the divisor as to ints. And so when you divide an int by an int, it's automatically going to give you the result, I guess.
Yeah, yes, because that operator, the 1 forward slash, that will give you the accurate quotient, the result. Yes, including the decimal places. So you do not need, it's not necessary to convert it to a float because it already gives you a float. Yes. Okay, good, good. Omkar, thank you very much.
This one, I don't know if y'all can see it.
We can, I can. Okay, num1, I get the first number, num2. Okay. And you used round. Oh, you rounded it. Okay, that's good. That's something I think we learned. We didn't really use it. This is great. I like it. Okay, so everybody calculate the quotient, remainder, and real number. That's the comment. Division is equal to round num1 divided by num2, comma 2. Justin, I will let you explain how that works since you did it.
Okay. Sorry. So Division is equal to round num1 divided by num2. So round, basically, it just takes the whatever number you're dividing and trying to round it to, and the second, like, so you do the num1 divided by num2, and then comma, and then the second number after the comma will tell you exactly where you want that decimal point to float to. So if you want it to cut off at 2 decimal points like I did, you just do comma 2, or you could do comma 3, and it'll be like 0.057, or, you know, so on and so forth, depending on what number you put into that spot.
Okay, that's we learned that last time, did we? Oh no, we didn't. We didn't learn this one. We learned the round. We didn't learn the decimal places. So this is another version of round. Yes. Okay. Real quotient is equal to int num1 divided by num2. So everybody, my question is, okay, let's run it, Justin.
Okay. Yeah, I know after watching Omkar's, I realized I didn't need the, sorry, this is like in my way. I didn't need the num1, or sorry, the int divided by.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All
You
right,
do
so
not need that. Yes. Okay. So let's delete that and
okay, let me delete that. Don't need it there.
because automatically it will give you the integer and the real quotient the same. Yes. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, very good. And you have the exact 2 decimal places, 0.57. Yes, very, very good. And the integer division result is 0. The remainder is 4. Justin, let's continue with this. Okay, close this one and let's go back to the code. Okay, so everybody, if you look at the round, what he did is num1 divided by num2, that will give you the result, right? The accurate quotient. And then he has a comma 2, that will give you 2 decimal places. Let's take off the comma 2, and that will give you only the whole number. Okay, yes, okay, let's do that. Okay, so you see the quotient is 1 because it's rounded up, 0.57, etc. It's rounded to a whole number 1. Okay, that's the round function that we discussed a little bit, and now we are really seeing how to use it. This is good. Close this off, Justin, and let's give it 4, 4. Yeah, now let's run. Okay, so it gives you 4 decimal places, right? That's the round function. I'm so glad you use this because I'm using this to teach everybody, to tell everybody how to use this function. That's great. Thank you so much. Let's look at the code again. I want to just make sure there is nothing else I want to mention. So everybody, this is great. Look at the code, and this is how you do this, right? Okay. Very good with the comments. I like the documentation there.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Justin. Very good. Anyone else who wants to share? Okay, so num1, num2, you entered, yes, print, you entered and you concatenate them, string num1, string num2, and then you do the division, a remainder, and then you print out the result. Very good, very good. Everybody look at this. This is very good. I like it. So all 3 of you did an excellent job. This is great. Let's stay there for a minute so that everybody can once again look at it. For those of you who haven't finished, look at this and see if you have any questions.
do you have to put them in a specific location, memory location, or can you just do the calculations as a string when you print them?
That's the way I did it as well.
I didn't quite get that. Anyone, if you know how to answer Jordan's question, I didn't quite understand it though.
Like instead of putting them in name memory locations, like Q equals
Yeah.
num1, instead of doing that,
Oh,
when you print it out.
yes, yes, you can. You can. Okay, Macron, let's go there and see and do that. Let's go to string Q. String, yeah. Go to the concatenation string strq in your print statement and just put num1 divided by, no, not there, not there. Just down the last statement. I think that's Jordan's question. So instead of putting Q there, you put num1 divided by num2. Jordan, was that your question?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. That's absolutely fine. That's fine. Okay, so let's run. And we can just use this one example.
Okay.
Right? So it works the same. It's exactly the same. So here, the first one, the Q equals to num1, num2, that is an assignment statement. We're assigning num1 divided by num2, the result, to a memory location named Q. And Jordan was mentioning the memory location. Yes, that's the memory location named Q. We are putting the value there. And in this case, in the print statement, the accurate precise quotient is str num1 divided by num2. We are, instead of going to that memory location to get the result, we are calculating the result directly on this spot and convert that result to a string and print it out. So if you look at that, that works. And the next one, string strid, that works also. That's going to the memory location named ID and the integer division and print it out. Okay, so both ways work. Great question, Jordan. Any other questions? I want to record this, put this on the record so everybody knows what we did was based on this exercise, okay? So let's go on and using functions and modules. So just now we already used one function, which is the round function. Round is a function and you have something inside the parentheses, it will round it up or down. Okay, so Python includes many useful functions which are organized in libraries of code called modules. So functions, similar functions are organized into one folder, and we call that folder a module. Okay, so a module is a group of functions with similar purposes. A module is, oh, here, I think I added this here. A module is simply a group of functions with similar purposes. I didn't know that there. So a function, what is a function? Okay, a function is a chunk of code that can be called by name to perform a task. So functions often require arguments or parameters to perform on. Arguments may be optional or required. So let's look at this example. Okay, let's look at this example. So here, this is the round function. I think just now, who used this? I forgot. Justin used this, right? Round. Okay, so if you look at this, this is the function name. It's called round. And this is called the argument, okay? The argument, what is the argument? The argument is something the function needs to work on. So you want round, you want to perform some round task. What do you want me to round, right? So this is the argument. It is the value that is to be performed on by the function. So we call that an argument. The argument is always inside the parentheses. Therefore, after a function name, you will always have the parentheses. That's very important to remember. Even if you don't have an argument, you always have the parentheses. So when you round this, this is over 5, 0.5, so it rounds up, and it's 35. Well, in this example, we have this number to be rounded, and then this is the decimal places you want to round it to. So now we have this number. Okay, that's the two different versions of round. And these, with this function, this round function, it has two arguments. This is the first argument, this is the second argument. Okay, so functions can accept multiple arguments. It can accept none, it accepts one or more. Any questions? Okay, just now you saw this, right? We did that with Justin's code. So that's the round function. When function completes its task, it may return a value back to the part of the program that called it. Okay, so let me go to, let's look at this. Okay, so if you say round, right, you say this will give you 35. So what this does is this function round 34.56 as the argument, it will give you back a value. And the value that's given back is here, that's 35. You can say print round, and this function round parentheses 45.67 will give you back a value, and you are printing that value out, and that's what that is. Okay, we can say not int num is equal to 45.6789, and then we say print round num, that's the number, and then we want to round it to 3 decimal places. Okay, and it will print out round with 3 decimal places, and notice that it rounds up or down. Okay, so this function will give you back a value and you print it out. That's what this is. So when it says the function will return a value, this function does give you back a value. Okay, some functions do not return any value. That's the difference. And when we encounter that function, we will look at it. Okay, so to learn how to use a function, use a function's arguments, use the help function. So you can simply say, how do you use round? So you can say help round, and it will show you how to use it. It will say, okay, let's look at this, everybody. Round number, that's your argument. That's the number you want to round with. And comma, number of digits equals to none. This simply means number of digits, this argument is optional. That means it can be none. It doesn't have to always have an argument, or it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's why when you do this, this is the second argument, it's none. You don't have a second argument, right? That's what this is. Or you can have one. So here we have the second argument, it's 3. So that's what that is. And you can see the round a number to a given precision in decimal digits, okay? And the decimal digits it's optional in this case because it's none or more. The return value is an integer if number of digits is omitted or none. Otherwise, return value has the same type as the number. Number of digits may be negative. Okay, so this is the round function, and you can simply do help round parentheses. So you can see help is a function also, right? Help is a function. Its argument in this case it's round, and it shows you how to use it. That's what this is. Any questions, everybody? Okay, we talked about this now. Okay, let's look at these functions. Okay, math module. So what is a module? Do you remember what is a module? Everybody?
A
Ariel,
group
what?
of functions. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's a group of functions with similar purposes.
Yes, 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 very good. A group of functions with similar purposes. Okay, so the math module. Then all the functions in this module perform math functions, right? Okay, so you can avoid the use of the qualifier with, oh, this is the second. Functions like abs, absolute value, and round from the built-in module are always available to use. So there is a module that's called built-in. Okay, this is a module here. That's the name of the module, built-in. What that means is it's already built into the language. You do not need to do anything about it. It comes with the language. While another module, that is the math module, it doesn't come with the language. You have to import it. Okay, so the math module includes functions that perform basic mathematical operations. To use a resource from a module, you write the name of a module as a qualifier, followed by the dot and the name of the resource. So the name of the module, okay, math, dot, right, and the resource. Why do we not, why does it, so if you look here,
You do not
not
import
defined.
math.
Why?
You do not
Because
import
it's,
math.
I'm sorry?
You do not import math.
Yes, because you need to import math because it's math, the function is not in this built-in function. So you need to import math. It's not, it doesn't come with the language. You need to import it, okay? So this one, if you run it individually, it doesn't work. You have to import math. So we do this, import math. So now math is available to you. Otherwise, it's somewhere in the library, you don't, it's not available to you. So you have to borrow it, you have to import it. And now we do math.py and it shows you the result. Okay, that's the difference from built-in module and the math module. Remember, for the built-in module, you do not have to do anything, right? It's right there. You see, you can use it without importing it because it's built in with the language. Math, on the other hand, is a module that's in the library. You have to say, I want to borrow you. Can I use you? I need to use you. So how do you say that? You use this statement, import math. Import this statement. Okay, so that's that. And I have it here, right? I have it. I did this. This is exactly what I did to show you when you simply use it, it doesn't work and you have to import it, okay? Okay, so that's that. And another function is the square root. So now I have math imported. I can use another function, math.square root. 25. It gives you 5.0, right? So this is how you use a function. The module name dot function name, okay? So the math module, you can avoid the use of the qualifier with each reference by importing the individual resources, okay? So instead of using, you see now, whenever I use this function, I'm using math dot, right? I'm using math dot sometimes it becomes tedious. So instead of using it again, using the math dot again and again, you can actually do this. Look at this. So this is from math, import the functions. This way, you do not have to type math.py, math.square root again and again. So let me restart this. Am I recording? Yes, okay. Why? Okay. So right now, if I say pi, it doesn't recognize it. If I say math.py, it doesn't recognize it because it's in the math module. So if I use import math and then I say pi, it still doesn't recognize it. If I say square root, it still doesn't recognize it, right? Because you have to precede it with the module name pi. That's how you use this. Okay, square root. Okay, so you have to, when you import it, you have to precede it with the module name. Well, can I restart? No? Okay. So what I'm trying to show you is we can use this import from math, import pi and square root. Okay, so now when you say pi, it works. When you say square root, it works. So that's the two different syntax, everybody. That's the two different syntax. This is what it means, okay? So I gave you the example. If you say import math, the whole package, the whole module, you have to precede each function constant with math dot. If you specifically import the functions or the constant, you don't have to. So this is saying from math, the module, import only those functions, and then you can just use it without the math dot. See, without the math dot. So that's two syntax, okay? Questions?
So sorry.
Go ahead.
If you're doing like you do the from math import pi and you know, square root, before that, do you have to import the math dot? No.
No. Okay, I'm going to close this and restart so that you can see. No, you don't have to.
Okay.
So you see, I'm not doing import math, right? I'm just saying from math import pi. And now I can just do it, right? So this, but now can I do this? Everybody, can I do this?
No, because you didn't add that, or you didn't
No,
import
that's
it.
right. I cannot do that because I did not import that. So this is very specific. This is very specific. And so because it's so specific, when you use it, you do not have to precede it with math dot. If you don't want to be that specific, you just say everything in math. Then you have to precede it with that. Okay, so that's a great question. Any other questions, everybody? No questions. Okay. Let's go to programming format and structure, and we will do exercises, of course, right? Okay, start with comment. Let's look at this. Start with comment with author's name, purpose of program, and other relevant information in a docstring. What is a docstring? How do you start a docstring, everybody?
With 3 double quotes.
Yes, very good, Brandon. 3 double quotes, okay? 3 double quotes and end it with 3 double quotes. Actually, 3 single quotes would work the same. As I told you, Python's syntax is pretty loose. So you can use 3 double quotes, you can You can use 3 single quotes. Then include statements that import any modules needed by program. Initialize import variables suitably commented. That means if necessary, you want to always comment on your code. Prompt the user for input data and save the input data in variables. Okay, so let me do this line by line so that you understand what this means. Let me use, instead of this, let's use oh, I have another question. I have another exercise. Yeah, we did this, right? Okay. Okay, I'm going to use this. And let's see, this one. Okay, so what this says is start with comment with author's name, purpose of program, and other relevant information. So using doc strings, that's 3, right? And you will say author, your name, and maybe date, right? Today is 2/9/2020. And purpose, practice functions. And that's the end, so you end it. You always want your program to look really nicely formatted. How you know, when you talk about professionalism, you want to be very professional in everything, right? So here, when you write a program, you want to make your program look professional, nicely formatted so that everybody looks at the program, they like it immediately, and they understand it well with comments because you have comments. Okay, so then include statements that import any modules needed by program. Suppose you want to use functions in math, you anticipate, you did the design, right? You already wrote your algorithm, you understand the problem already. So you know, oh, in my program, I need to use math. So you will do import math. That's what this means. Initialize important variables suitably commented. So you want to do variables. I will just use this. So you will say number 1. Initialize important variables. I will give it a value. Oops. So this is initialize it to 0. And I will use the inline comment and say used for to store the first input. Okay, something like this. I'm doing it without much purpose. So, but if you have a variable that's important and you need to comment on it so that people know and you will remember why you initialize this variable. And prompt the user for input data and save that in a variable. So if you are doing an interactive program, you are asking the user to enter something. You want to do that. Prompt the user, since this is a number, and you will ask the user, right? Okay, that's what this is. And save it to a variable. So now the user input is placed into number one. Okay, I will give you another example. I can simply do this, input. So let me ask you, when I do this, can I come back and reference the second number?
No, because you haven't assigned it to a variable.
Yes, very good. I cannot because I cannot use it in my future coding because I did not store it, right? I did not put it into a variable so that I can later on reference it. That's what this means. Prompt the user for input and save the input data in variables. And as you see here, I did prompt the user for input, but I'm not saving it into a variable. So later on, I cannot use this value. Whatever the user enters, I cannot use it. That's what this means. Process the inputs to produce the result. Okay, so suppose, let's do this. I will give it number 3. Okay, so this gives you the second number. This actually gives you the third number, but you are not remembering. You are not remembering this number, so it doesn't do anything. You only remember two numbers. And so now you can say, process the user input, right? Process the inputs to produce the result. The result is number 1 plus number 2, okay? So this is process the user input and assign the value into a variable named result. You can name this anything, of course, right? And display the result. So I'm going to display print. I'm going to do the string concatenation, everybody, just to review that. Okay, let's do the string concatenation. The number you entered, okay, entered are plus, right? Plus what? Plus string. We need to make num1 into a string. And I want to do and, right? Plus string. We need to convert num2, number 3 into a string. So that's that. That will print out the two numbers. And then I want to print out the result. Okay, so I will do this string number 1. This will give me the value. Add to plus. Oh, yes, plus and plus, right? This is the string plus. This plus is the concatenation here, right? So the first number plus the second number, and then plus string number 3, right? This will show, if you entered 4 and 7, this will show 4 plus 7, okay? And plus the result, right? The result, this is an int, so I need to convert it to a string result. Okay, so that is that. I will end it. And that is the string concatenation. Now let's see, I need to save it. I will just save it on my desktop. Okay. So this will be, what is this? Functions? I forgot what this is, but okay. So I'm going to run. Enter a number, okay. Enter another number, and you notice that for this one, this, okay. I'm thinking this one, enter another number. Yeah, this is actually the second one. This is this one. Okay. I will enter 23 and then enter another number, and that 23 is just gone. Okay, because of this, I entered 23, but you are not getting it. You are not storing it anywhere, so it's gone. So number 3 will be 45. Oh. I have number 2 there. Number 2 does not exist, everybody. So it should be, I know you are talking about that just now. It should be number 3. So number 2 does not exist. And it tells you name number 2 is not defined. It doesn't exist. So change that to number 3. Okay, save, run. Enter a number. The numbers you entered are 34 and 56. I'm going to let you look at this code together with this output. And then 34 plus 56 is 90. Look at the code and look at that output. Do you have any questions, everybody? Okay, any questions?
Actually, I have a question.
Okay.
I get this every once in a while, and I mean, it's something minor, but when I do these types of things, every once in a while, I'll get a syntax error on a single letter. Like, for example, I'm getting a syntax error right now on print for the P, and I'm not sure if it's a spacing error, if it was supposed to be tabbed over, but I just followed along with this, so I'd have it as like a note thing to look back on. But when I tried to run it,
do you want to share your screen?
sure.
Okay, let's look at it.
Give me just a second.
Okay, so
I may have
okay,
mistyped something.
I see the problem. Anyone
Okay.
else sees the problem? What's
I
the
see
problem?
problem.
He's missing closing
Yeah, I see it
parentheses on the
too.
line beforehand.
Very good, you guys. You have good eyes. Very good. Yes, William, that's the problem.
Oh, I'm missing a double
Did you-
set at the end of it.
The parentheses
The
at the
second
end
to
of
last line, yeah, after STR number 3, you need a second parentheses to close off the print function.
Ah.
Very good. Very
He's
good.
also missing the plus sign at the, what was it, in between string number 3 and the plus sign in the double quotation. It's like in the last one.
Down here?
No, it's before string number 3. Like the
Yeah, I
plus sign in
see.
between that.
Also, number 2 is not defined.
Well, yeah, no. Oh, shoot, you're right.
Yeah, it's like it's right after the.
That would not have worked at all then.
So
Okay.
I think she's talking about there's supposed to be a plus sign. Like if you go to the last line, it says print string plus quotation marks, and then you need a plus after those
Yeah.
quotation marks.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Oh, okay.
very good.
Yeah, the concatenation for
Yes.
that. Okay, thank you.
Very good. Let's run it, William. Yes, very good. Very
Okay.
good. And you are very good, everybody. You could
Appreciate it, guys.
pinpoint the errors immediately. Great. Great. Okay, the inline, I'm not sharing my screen. Okay, so the inline comment, you will do something like, this is called the inline comment, right? Calculate. Calculate the sum and store it in result. You know, that's how you comment it. And when your line is too long, at the end of line, you can just put it here. This is called the doc string for multi-line comment, right? And you will do display the numbers entered by the user. And then what do you do? What else do you do? And display the result, right? Display the result of two numbers. I'm being so verbose here. Two numbers added together. Okay, and then you end that. So that is that's what this is. When you have multi-line comments and it's not enough to put it in the end, you will put it here. Okay, using multi-line strings. And why? Okay. Here. So that's that. We don't have to talk about this. Let's look at, oh, we are done, right? Okay, so we have 10 minutes. How about let's do a quick exercise, right? Okay, let's do a quick exercise.